Ladies and gentlemen, Rimworld, something that's been recommended to me a lot over the past couple months. Came out sometime toward the end of 2013. Well, didn't come out necessarily. It's still in alpha. This is alpha version 3, 3.413 to be exact. Relatively recent. It's been receiving hotfixes every once in a while, so development's still continuing on it. Seems to be one of those real-time strategy Dwarf Fortress type games. It reminds me a lot of No Moria. Seems to be no menu music. Options, everything seems to be working okay. I hear sound every once in a while. I don't know, maybe something broke. But something that I really like about this game, I've only been playing it for maybe an hour or two, so I'm still learning it a bit, but the AI storyteller that it's got is phenomenal. I really like it. It reminds me a lot of Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. It's got the director, they call it, and it's one of those things where if it feels like you're not progressing quickly enough, it'll send a horde of zombies at you. This AI storyteller does something kind of similar, where depending on the type of personality you choose, whether it be incredibly friendly, completely random, or I think this one is just a complete bitch, really. Depending on which one you choose kind of dictates how the game progresses. So if you're going for the peaceful one, it'll try to help you out. If you start a fire, it'll try to put it out with rain. Stuff like that. So it kind of gives you a really unique gameplay experience. And I really like it. I think it's very well done. And I'm probably just going to go with the standard classic, slowly ramps up the difficulty, because I am still learning this game. Considering going with random. Nah, we'll go classic for now, and when I get bored of classic, then we'll pop over to random or something, or maybe even the tough one. I don't know. Create story events, steadily increasing curve, challenge and tension. Sure, that'll work. You start originally with 3 people, if you don't know. I'm sure most of you have probably already seen this game, but just in case you haven't, you start with 3 people, and it's completely random who they are, and you can't create your own. The advanced tab is just for map size. Kind of a strange spot for it, but that's fine. The 3 that I got, looks like we got 2 chefs and a clerk. And the thing with this is it's really about the backstory of the characters. While it doesn't really technically do much aside from just dictate their skill set, the things like the traits currently don't do anything. Like right now we got James Jimmy Menace Sal. Just Jimmy is the nickname for this dude. His nickname is grayed out because it would be one of those Kickstarter things. Vudagir Haim something, and Patrick Remington Van Dusen. I don't know. So Jimmy here, we've got, I don't know what manual dumb is. Incapable of it. He's incapable of anything intellectual such as researching. He's incapable of crafting and incapable of cleaning. Jesus Christ. He's a musician and he's tattooed, so that's kind of cool. Backstory though, in his childhood, a cave world tunneler, was a digger in a massive underground cave complex. So he's pretty cool with mining, but not very good at shooting because years underground have damaged his vision. Okay, fair enough. And because he was a cave world type person, researching and crafting is disabled. In adulthood, when he grew up, he ran a high-class mid-world restaurant. Cool, so that gave him a little bit of social and cooking, but he cannot clean, haul, or cut plants. So this dude really just mines and cooks. That's really it, and that's shown over here with mining and cooking both being at 9. The little fire icon indicating that he's got an interest in it. So I think just the one flame, passion, interested, learns 1 time, so it grows at normal speed. And because he's so good at mining, he mines at almost double speed. I think the number actually caps off at 10. Research is just kind of where it is. 3, it won't grow. There's no passion in it anyway. Like growing, he can grow things, but his passion is none, so he learns it at 1/3 of the rate as somebody would if they were actually interested in it. And you can have burning passion, which I believe you learn at pretty much double speed. I'm actually going to randomize this guy, change him up a bit. There we go. Double speed. Strong expert in it to start with a burning passion for it, so he learns it at times 1.5. So he's pretty cool. Interested in actually keeping this because I never had anybody who was really capable of researching when I was playing around with this before. Incapable of firefighting and plant work and mining, though. Ooh. Started up as a noble ward. Adopted by a noble family. Later became an information broker. Interesting stuff. So tons of research, though, because both his childhood and adulthood gave him research points. So he started really high with research. So that's just like his life is research. So that is a cool thing to have, but obviously can't mine. He's really bad with melee and shooting. Like, just straight up incapable of melee. And shooting, he's just, yeah, so he's not really a fighter at all. He's gullible and has artificial lungs, though. Cool. We'll keep that one. And our chef, probably keep the chef, too. A vat-grown soldier? Oh, boy. Grown in a bioweapons facility. And became a chef. What a waste of money, man. You grow something in a tube to turn it into, like, the perfect soldier, and it's just like, nah, I like cooking. Wow. Also female. I'm totally unfamiliar with that name. Vudahir? I don't know. The chef. I don't know. Horrible hangovers and a neurological disorder. Incapable of social and medicine because it's technically an artificial person. So this is not going to be a diplomat. This is just going to be my straight up fighting soldier dude who cooks, apparently. And we've got Patrick. I can pronounce that one. Frightened child is their background. Good with cooking and medicine because they had to fend for their own, apparently. Laundry list of phobias and neuroses. Feared everything. Learned to cook and care for himself. And became a low-ranking administrator for a government bureaucracy. So that'd be social, yeah? Social and research, but bad construction. Well, building stuff, we're really bad at building, but we're pretty cool at cooking. I don't know. We can see. We can see how it works. And basically, we awaken just before escape pods and the ship are blown apart. So we sort of escape podded down to this nearby planet, an unknown Rimworld. And our starship is falling all around us. And that's what this is. And there's our drop pods. So the world that we got, let's pause it real quick here. Wow, this is an interesting one. The one that I had when I was learning, it was mostly like cave wall on the side of us. This one's just like a desert though. So completely different world generation going on. And at the start, we got just stuff scattered all over from our ship, just pieces of debris and all that. And looks like we started with the bulk of it here. So I will actually highlight, oops, I can't do that yet. Well, can't I? Yeah, okay, because it seems to prioritize people. But we'll just click and drag over the things and make them not forbidden anymore by pressing F so they can actually pick it up and bring it to our storage location, stockpile 1, which I think is set for, okay, just straight up resources. We don't put weapons or anything like that in here. Yeah. Yeah, you can see there's not a huge amount of things in this game, but there is certainly enough for it to be definitely playable, and there is modding support. I'm not playing any mods because I'm a little iffy on mods during alpha and beta. And it's just kind of, I don't know, defeats the purpose, I suppose, because you're trying to kind of break the game and figure out the imbalances and stuff like that. For being alpha, trying to break the game mostly, doing interesting things that could cause confusion in the game's coding and try to crash it a bit. In beta, more for the whole, you know, balancing and stuff, but modding, it kind of encourages people to play the game as they normally would and not try to break it and do things interestingly, and then you never know if the mod broke it or not. So, a little torn on that. I might play with mods later on. Okay, looks like we got plenty of silver, which is cool. Silver, I believe, being just the trading commodity. It looks like a pile of rocks, but it's actually a couple silver coins, like shillings or something. Tons of potatoes, that's always cool. And a bit of metal, let's actually pick up this metal over here, bring that back as well. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. For now, since I'm on the gradually increasing difficulty curve, we don't really have to, oh man, there's a lot of stuff over there. don't have to really worry about much attacking us straight away. The biggest threat that we've got are the rats. Boom bat? Boom rat. Boom rat. They just kind of go around doing their own thing, but if you kill them, they explode, and the fire that they create spreads pretty intensely. When I was learning the game, I didn't have any way to put it out, and that was a bit of a problem. We also started with a few guns, which is pretty cool. Remington sounds like a dude who would be decent at shooting. Really, none of us are, especially you. You just equip the pistol just to have it. You can have it too. You can get the rifle because you're legit-ish. Okay. That's something that sets this game apart a bit from Nomura, is that you can actually individually select people and tell them to do things, or at least prioritize them. Providing they can actually do what you want them to do. Just making sure. Oh god, we only have one person to haul things? Oh my god. Okay, can I head to overview and change that, or are they just straight up not allowed? Hauling. Yeah, they're just straight up not allowed. That sucks. Remington, since we only have one dude constructing, I need you to help out with that if you can. Let's see here. Because your skill's just 1? Your skill's 3. So we'll have you help out with that. Just making sure we don't have one person doing stuff like that, because we got to get a lot constructed straight away. And looks like we got a pretty negative surrounding here. This is actually a new thing to Alpha 3, I believe, is the entire overview thing, perhaps, but the factions I know is definitely. They all got their randomized name and randomized, I don't know what you would call it, diplomacy, I suppose. You can gift them money and stuff like that and to increase the goodwill with them. But sometimes, like the Dragonflies of Death, they're a pirate band, negative 96 hostile, that is pretty much as low as it can possibly be, and they're the enemy of everybody. So they're definitely not going to be able to be winnable. We'd have to spend a lot of money to get them on our side. But these guys, they're not too happy with the Blue Horse Trobo, but that's fine. They're not very happy with anybody else. We could probably get in good with these guys here. Communicating with them, giving them stuff. Money, mostly. Let's resume so they can start hauling stuff. We got to build up the... at the very least, bedrooms and get some power going. It's a lot you got to do at the very start. Structure is what we want, not power conduit. Metal wall. Not really much I can build off of, so we'll just kind of put it in the middle of the flooring, I suppose. And constructing costs the scrap metal that is all over the place and picked up. When it's in our stockpile, it'll be ours and we can actually use it. And I will probably, for the time being, just have a community type bedroom type deal. That's what I did last time and it seemed to work out okay. We'll put in just a simple door. Slows them down because I gotta stop to open it, but that's okay. And... metal tile. I've probably got enough metal. We'll see though, we'll hold off on that. Furniture, get a couple beds set up. Here we go, perfect. And a standing lamp. The corners. I think that'll work. So they'll do that. Remington refuses to build, he's just hauling, and that's fine. That'll be our sleeping spots, which we can get rid of these now. Just right click, you can open it up too, I believe. Deconstruct those. Get rid of them, don't need those anymore. We need a stockpile room. Well, I would prefer a stockpile room. Needs to be quite large, there's a lot of stuff everywhere. There we go. And we will zone that to just general stockpile, the entire thing. And then delete this zone, so they are forced to use it. And this is just a dumping stockpile for general junk and trash, things that we're not really using. I believe things like just the rock debris are considered trash. I don't know what you do with them. I'm not sure. We will need security at some point. But we need to get like a butcher table, cook stove, it's a sort of dining thing. So we'll go for that next. Of course, we need a power generator. I don't have any geysers nearby, do I? Okay, there's one right there. That's pretty far away, though. Yeah, wow, okay, so we're pretty much relying on solar power. Unless we pick up and move to that side. Okay. Okay, solar power it is then. I think it's considered building, solar generator. We'll need, I think 2 or 3 of them will do the trick. Something like that. And we will do the wall, but we'll have to do a no roof zone on it. There we go. Allow for expansion. And simple door, but no roof region. There. So once they get that built up, they won't put a roof over it automatically because it obviously solar generator needs light. So that'll be giving us power during the day, but power during the night we'll need, and that is what the battery is for, to act as a giant capacitor to hold stuff for us. But we can't have it out in the open because not only will it be susceptible to things like getting shot, but also when it's fully charged, I believe, really just have any charge, I think. If it rains, then it's going to be a problem. And while this is like 90% desert, I don't know if it rains often or not. I have no idea. I'm not going to risk it though. So we'll have... Actually... deconstruct that wall there. We'll turn that into a door. And we'll just make a small little battery room on the back of this. Remington, you want to pick up those berries real quick? They're kind of in the way. Thanks. So many things we have to do at the start. I'll go for 2. I think 2 will be okay. We also need a kitchen type area, somewhere so we can actually eat food and things after we get conduit set up. There we go. Pretty much just wiring to get from the generators to the other rooms. And we'll also... actually, I think we might be able to suck them through the wall. I think that's okay there. We'll find out later. But like right now, because it's nighttime, we don't have any solar generation going on. So all the energy that we would need for things like defenses or for food if we become like nocturnal or something, or if there's an eclipse, the moon blocks out the sun for a while, you know, those are things you got to consider. So we need definitely a ton of batteries to be able to hold a significant charge to get us through a couple days. Because if we get raided while it's nighttime or during an eclipse, then we're pretty much screwed. Because we're just 3 dudes and only one of us really knows how to use the gun. So we got to keep that in mind and we got to be gentle about it. And only having one person to haul stuff is kind of a pain. Let's just wall this up real quick. Simple door. And we need... I'll just throw a lamp in the middle of it. Throw a lamp in the middle of it. I don't really need a lamp in there. It can be dark, they'll be fine. Okay, and then a kitchen area. We can put that down here, I suppose. Trying to remember how big the table is. Furniture, long table. Yeah, okay. Something like that. Let's cancel this. That's not enough space for anything, really. Because I need to get the butcher table and all that going on. It's a butchering table and a cooking table. I believe that's 4 squares on the side. Trying to make it look aesthetically decent. Maybe just down there's just not the best spot. Let's go for up here. I kind of wanted to have, like, alleyways going on, because then if we get attacked, then it's kind of easy to sort of kite and get into cover. And all that. And we'll just make it up here. It'll be just a giant room up here. And we're going to need more scrap metal here pretty soon. Butcher table. A cooking stove. And then the long table. That. Just in case we have guests. And then a light. Or 2. Probably 2. I don't know. We'll see if that's enough. And that is almost the basics. Almost. Does that work? I don't know if they could put something there or not. For weapons and stuff, in case we collect a bunch. The only other thing that we would need are flooring, and then research/trade stuff. So let's get a building for that as well. Tons of buildings, horribly inefficient, but I like it because it's easier to fight this way. And have it off to the side by the kitchen/solar area. Plus, worst case, it goes horribly wrong, and it's absolutely terrible, and I die in like a week. And then we learn something. Need a comms console up in here. Nutrient paste dispenser. We need one of these. Because I don't think really I need this if I have the cooking settled. To be fair. But we'll get it just in case. Complete with hoppers on the side. And then build up the wall. God, it's day 3 and I'm still constructing everything. Ugh. Queuing up so much too, it's going to take forever for this stuff to get done. Growing zone for farm. Oh, I can't because it's desert. Oh, that's right. We'll have to do it down here. Oh, and I can't because that's rough. Oh, man. Okay, just whatever you can. That's not very much. Delete zones. There we go. That's a bit better. Improvised turret out there. Improvised turret in the middle. Sort of just sporadic. Research bench, that's what I needed in here too. Thought there was something I was missing. Orbital trade beacon, need that by the stockpile. Suppose we don't need a roof in here. The thing is, location is key with this guy, because this is how people beam stuff down to you, but they can beam more than just goods. And if you haven't played this game, I won't spoil it for you, but just think about that. It's just a big door from space that anybody can go through and put things through. Just saying. Light. Up the corner? We need conduits. This is gonna be so bad. Taking us so long to build things. Whoops.